You can be really proud of somebody in a rural area like Nova Scotia who builds a top quality product and then can market it and be successful at doing that, because it's not an easy thing to be a manufacturer in Nova Scotia.
One of the measures of his success is that he keeps looking forward. He learns from the past, but he really keeps looking forward and looking at the next opportunity, and really that applies to his business life, but his personal life as well.
You know, to actually be able to execute and achieve those strategies and goals and dreams is the real key, and he's a master at the execution of his business plans. I've known Steve for over 25 years now, and he really started his business out of the back of a pickup truck. And when you look back at that, he had the personal dream that he would succeed, but I'm sure he wasn't sure how, and he wouldn't know where he would end up, but he believed in himself and he was able to achieve that.
It is no small accomplishment in the course of one's business career to have built the organization that he has done, particularly in the sector that he competes. His competitors are more often than not very large, perhaps publicly traded national organizations and international. So for him to have built the organization that he has done through hard work, through forward thinking, through one customer at a time, is, I think, a remarkable achievement.
You know, it's an interesting thing to walk through one of his stores with him, for example. They have 60,000 SKUs in the store, you know? And he walks through and he knows every piece of that store intimately. And he can tell you what a particular item is used for, and where it came from and who produced it, and just knows the detail of his business incredibly well. Knows everybody who works for him, walks through, knows them personally, asks about their family, and is very, very aware of who they are and where they came from and what they do at the store and that kind of thing. So phenomenal depth in his understanding of his business.
Fundamentally, it's his customer that's all important to him. And I think that over the years, that has what has allowed his company to drive and to grow and prosper.
You know, many times Steve and I have talked about, you know, difficulties in our business and things like that. And he's always been very, very encouraging. That makes a big change in anybody's life.
I think that he had decided fairly early on that he loved where he lived and that he was going to make his fortune, good or bad, here, and that he was going to do it in a way in which he sort of knew the people that were involved, and he was local enough to, or the people were local enough or in close enough proximity that he could know them and he could understand them and he could trust them, and he would know what the markets were like in the areas where he wanted to do business.
Someone said to me once that if you can make it in a place like Toronto, you're doing pretty well. If you can make it in an area like Halifax, well, that's exceptional. But if you can make it in Antigonish, you could probably make it in hell because you're so far out of the way. And so that's one of his great successes, and be very, very proud of that. But I'm proud of him personally as well, because you know, Steve's a very good friend. He's a very loyal friend, and Steve is the kind of guy that when people come to him and need help, Steve is there to help them. It's not all about Steve. It's about what he can do for his community and what he can do for those around him, what he can do for his family.
He's the same guy at work as he is socially and after work, and in the community projects he's involved with and the volunteer things that he does. He seems to be always raising money for one cause or another, and he's very good at it because he walks the walk and talks the talk. And so if he asks you to do something, you know that he's stepped up himself.
So he's doing all of these things, and at the same time, you know, he gives back to the community, and he's a good friend. He's there when you need him.
He sees the happiness and the fun side of life as he works his way through. He's built an amazing business and has worked endlessly over the years to build first the building supply business and then later on the manufacturing side of his business. And all the time he was doing that, he's been an incredible friend personally to many of us, and he's been a phenomenal supporter of the community.
I said to him before, those of us who know him well are as pleased about this as he would be.
Truly value his friendship. It means a lot.